Hank was just whining, which probably means one thing: UPS came. They usually give him treats, and he has learned that when they come, it's a good thing, so now he whines. But I've been expecting a box, and we have one. It's what I was thinking. These are the new KEEN Ridge Flex waterproof boots. I can't wait to get them open and see exactly what we're dealing with here. Knife me. I am really excited to see what these look like. I've heard about this bellows technology that they're putting in, and you're about to see it, but it's at the toe of the boot. And it's just something that's interesting to me because I've not seen it before. Here we go. KEEN, they're the dark olive. I got them in a size 10. I'm usually a 10 or 10 and a half. I wasn't sure what to go with, so I went with a 10. We'll see how they fit. They're actually relatively lightweight, honestly, for how big they look. They kind of, when I opened up the wrapping right here and saw them, I was like, oh, those kind of look like they maybe be a heavy, big boot. But honestly, for being this mid-height, they're not that heavy. And this is the bellows technology that I was talking about. So I read a little bit about this, and what it's supposed to do is, one, cut down on fatigue, because when you're walking or hiking and this bends, having this rubber bellows is supposed to make it bend a little bit easier, so not as tiring when you're actually out hiking. Also, this tends to be an area where a lot of boots over 10 or 12 years, that leather starts to crack and get all nasty, and so they're trying to solve that as well. Now, on the toe here, looks like you've got your classic KEEN wrap going up around the toe. Also, they have this really nice, pretty tough and durable rand going around the toe as well. If you're prone to kicking rocks or anything like that as you're hiking, that's gonna really help protect your toes. Also, like I said, they're the waterproof boot. This is their technology. It's their fabric that they're putting in here, so it's the KEEN Dry. Also, they have this lace system, which I've not tried before. And it has these eyelets up here on the top. It's supposed to be some kind of quick lace, so we're gonna have to try that out. Looks like the instep, I don't know if you can really see it here, but this sole down here, that looks really comfortable. I'm excited. You can pull it out here. Yeah, look at that. Boy, that looks nice. Also, the sole of this, it is what I would call a very aggressive sole. It doesn't feel just overly sticky as I'm kind of poking around on it, which isn't a bad thing, because usually when things get really sticky, they don't last that long. And with these, I mean, it doesn't, like I said, doesn't feel super sticky. I'm thinking that the sole's gonna probably hold up to a ton of miles, but it'll just take a little bit of time actually hiking with them to see how well they hold up and kind of how much they stick to rocks, wet rocks. It's winter right now here in Colorado, so it'll be interesting to get out and get some miles on them and see how they do. But right here on the toe, they have this pattern. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4. I guess there's a fifth one, small one right in the center there. These lips, God, that would provide a ton of grip, I would think. But they look like they're just really well built. I'm gonna try them on though, because like I said, I wasn't really sure about sizing. They kind of look big just looking at them here. I'm like, I don't know, maybe I should have tried to go down another half size. Sometimes shoe companies have odd sizing, and if you're usually a 10 or 10 and a half, who knows what you could be, an 11 or a 9. But let's just see here. Initial trying on. Oh, well, those don't feel too bad. They actually feel pretty nice and snug, just slipping them on. We will, like I said, we'll see here once I get them laced up, see how they really feel. I'm gonna stand up. Let me move this. Boy, yeah, those don't feel bad at all. I can really feel some arch support kind of right here on the outside of my foot. I can definitely feel that midsole area from the sole that they have in there. And let's see here, get this nice and snug. Wow, yeah, they actually feel really good. Or the right one does so far. Now, if you're like most people, you have one foot that's slightly different size than the other. For me, that's my left foot. So we will see how this one ends up feeling. But right now, I mean, I'm not standing up, but sitting down, it definitely doesn't feel small or big or anything like that. Yeah, yes, that is a great size. Like I said, I'm usually a 10 or 10 and a half. I'm glad I went with the 10. The 10 and a half definitely would have been too big. And for sure, the 9 and a half, my toes would be hitting the end. But that Bellows Flex technology that I was talking about, you can kind of see it there. If you're walking, that is exactly what they've built into that shoe to make it so that it's not so much work if you're out and you're gonna do maybe 10 or 20 miles. I mean, right here in the living room, I can even feel it. It is a little bit easier to bend my toe versus if that was a full leather boot. There's no doubt about that. And the sole, I mean, it doesn't feel overly stiff or anything in this area, but there is a lot of support in these boots, especially with how high up on my ankle they go. Yeah, this is gonna be exciting. One thing that I'm really excited to try, and I guess see how it is in the end, is how hot they're gonna be. So for me, I tend to definitely run warm on my feet, and usually when things are made of a waterproof fabric, my feet get a little bit warmer in those. So I'm really excited to see how well these breathe. I'm gonna try these out for the next probably 4 or 5 months. Let the winter weather here warm up a little bit. So I'll try them in the winter, try them once the weather warms up, and just kind of get a couple different seasons on them and see exactly how they do. But keep an eye out for the review because I'm pretty excited to review these. And like I said, see how they stand up to the Colorado weather. I appreciate you guys watching the unboxing of the KEEN Ridge Flex waterproof boot. If you guys have any questions just of the boot right now, like I said, I don't have a ton of time on them. I don't have any time on them, but maybe I can still answer some general questions for you. Just leave them in the comment section below and I'll get back to you. Also, if you're wondering where we are or what we're up to, check us out on Facebook and Instagram at Adventure Rig. Thanks again for watching. I'm Tyson with Adventure Rig.